always an important topic, but in recent incidents with the Miami Dolphins organization and Rutgers University, it's made it to top of mind, especially for adults. Here to talk about ways to prevent bullying in school and work is Karl Romain, a world champion and United International Kung Fu Hall of Fame inductee. Karl is also the author of The Self-Confidence Factor, A Parent's Guide to Bully Prevention. Nice to have you here, Karl.
Thank you for having me.
First, let's talk a little bit about your background. Those are quite some honors there.
Thank you. I've been doing martial arts since age 10. I've been running a martial arts school for over 20 years. Like you said, I won the world championships. I won the world championships actually by age 22 after overcoming a serious car accident.
Oh, wow. I'm sure that was motivation in itself right there.
It was inspiring for me, but it seemed to be very inspiring for people around me. And that promoted me to start writing books and doing talks and helping people.
Sure, I understand. So we hear a lot about bullying in the news. There are a lot of efforts out there, but do you think they're working?
I think they're working to some level, but I think there's still a lot of education that needs to happen. You know, one of my motivations for writing the book is that parents were coming into me not knowing what to do. You know, I've seen the bullying thing escalate over the last 20 years just teaching martial arts. And I get a lot of parents that come in, they have these questions: what do I do? How do I handle it? How do I help my child? How do I work with the school? And none of these things were actually being addressed, or they were being addressed but not to a point that the parents felt that they could take action. And my goal was to educate them, to help them to take action so they could really help their kids.
All right, well, let's start with what actually makes a bully the way he or she is.
Well, the first thing is that makes a bully the way he or she is actually modeling. You know, sometimes they just model an aggressive parent or what they see other adults doing. Additionally, sometimes they're victims of bullying themselves. So they're just frustrated, and that's just the way they act out, you know?
And what are you seeing happen around the country, even here in Connecticut, to prevent bullying?
You know, there are many things happening around the country, here in Connecticut and everywhere to help prevent bullying. You know, of course, you have Connecticut passed a law against bullying to help with the environment of the schools, positive climate environment in the schools. You also have the 12-year-old that was arrested for bullying. You know, I think that sends a very strong message.
It's taken very seriously now.
It's taken very seriously now, and I know in some states you even have parents that are being fined if their child is bullying another.
Well, what do you think about that as an expert? Is that the way to go?
I think it's a step in the right direction, because parents have to be accountable for the actions of their children. What do you think is the key to bully prevention? There has to be some sort of peaceful means, I would assume. I think ultimately we have to raise the consciousness of our communities. You know, and I think one of the ways that we can do that is to recognize that our children need to be confident in themselves. And that's one of the approaches that I use in the book. You know, teach our kids how to communicate. Teach our kids how to stand tall, look somebody in the eye, and have confidence in themselves, to know that, you know, somebody may be saying something, but it doesn't necessarily have to be true about what I think about myself.
Sure. Now, the book, would you say, geared more towards adults to teach those lessons to kids, or both?
Absolutely. It's geared towards adults, parents and teachers, educators, people who can help children, to really teach them how to help the children.
Very good. And where can we find the book?
You can find the book on Amazon.com. You can find it on my website, seafoodromain.com as well.
All right, very good. Thank you so much for being here. Of course, we'll link that up onto our website. All you have to do is click on WTNH.com. You'll find our style link there, and all the information you need. Thanks again for being here.
Thank you.
All right, up next, there's a show. Let's try that again. We're going to make some breakfast over into the kitchen. You can prepare it the night before, but first, take a look at this.